All right, so if you're looking for a new snowmobile jacket this year and you're looking into the Klim lineup, I'm going to give you a brief overview of the difference between the variety of different jackets and help point you in the right direction. Now, the first thing you want to know about the Klim lineup of parkas is there's going to be insulated and non-insulated parkas. Now, the main question you're going to want to ask yourself when you're deciding between the two is exactly what type of snowmobiling you're going to do. Now, the non-insulated parkas are going to be fantastic if you're doing more aggressive style riding, maybe out in the backcountry finding powder, and you really want something where you can customize your layering. When it's really hot out, you just put on a bunch of layers, and then as you warm up throughout the day because of that aggressive riding, you can take some layers off. Now, on the other hand, those insulated jackets are going to be great for you who love trail riding, going to be spending an entire day out on the trail. You go out no matter what the weather is, and you really just need to stay warm. So now that we just did a basic breakdown of insulated or non-insulated, hopefully you have an idea of what you're going to look at. So what I'll do is I'll pick my favorite jackets from both categories. We're going to start now with the insulated jackets. So sitting here in front of me, I have two Klim jackets that are both insulated and they're going to be at the higher end of the price spectrum. So the blue and black one, this is the Keweenah, and then beside it is going to be the Vector. So they're both about the same price. They're very similar jackets. The main difference between the two is that the Vector over here is really racer inspired. So this is really for you people who are going to be out there on the trails going fast. You just need something to stay extremely warm in. Now they've done this by having a 200 gram Thinsulate installation, whereas the Keweenah beside it here is going to use their comfort mapping technology. So it's not going to be 200 grams Thinsulate throughout. We're going to have 200 grams in areas such as your chest that really need that extra protection from the elements. Then we get down to the lower abdominal area. It's going to be 100 grams of Thinsulate. And underneath the arm here, the armpit area where there's even venting, it's going to be 60 grams of Thinsulate. So we just looked at two of the Klim jackets on the higher end of the spectrum when it comes to insulated jackets. Now I'll go ahead and show you two alternatives if you're looking for something to save a few bucks. Here we have the Klimate, and beside that we have the Kinetic. So just like the last two jackets, the Kinetic here is going to be more for that racing style of rider, and then the Klimate is the more all-purpose trail type riding scenario. Now, the main difference between these is they're still going to be warm. This is a 200 gram Thinsulate. This is only 100 gram Thinsulate. But you're going to be missing lots of those minor details that really separate the other two jackets apart. So there's not going to be as much venting in these jackets. There's only the armpit venting here. And if you see, there's going to be no gaiters inside the jacket. There's no adjustable in the upper neck area of the jacket. And there's way less pockets. So from a feature standpoint, you're not going to get as much out of these jackets. But from a warmth standpoint, they're still going to do the job. So it's really up to you if you want to indulge, spend the extra money, and get the premium features that will come with a higher priced jacket when it comes to these insulated parkas from Klim. So we just went over the insulated jackets. Now I'm going to go ahead and pick out my favorite non-insulated jackets for the 2014-15 snowmobile riding season. We're going to start here with the Klim Valdez. Now this is going to be the top-notch Mac Daddy of all non-insulated jackets. It comes in at the highest price point and it also has the most premium features. Now the first thing that you're going to notice in this jacket that is different from most of the other Klim lineup is going to be the Gore-Tex. So some people don't know this, but there are different types of Gore-Tex, and this is going to use a Gore-Tex Pro Shell. It's 3-layered. It's absolutely the best type of Gore-Tex you can find in the jacket. Now on top of that, the Valdez does use that comfort mapping technology. And I would like to point out that the jacket sitting in front of me here is the 2013-14 version. There is a 14-15 version that's being released. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get a sample of that. So I am showing you the older version, but the new version does have a new styling to it. And it is going to make use of that new Gore-Tex I was just describing. And on top of that, they've completely redesigned the venting system. Now, this jacket itself is known for its venting. It has extremely good ventilation, breathability. You're going to do absolutely great if you're out on the mountain doing any sort of powder snowmobiling. However, the new version, they even went the extra mile. And even with stuff like your backpack on and extra gear, you're going to stay nice and cool with it. So next up, to go a step down from the Valdez, we have the Tomahawk jacket here in front of me. This again is a non-insulated jacket. And you're just going to have a few less features than you would find in that Valdez. So first of all, there's not as much ventilation, there's not as much pocketing. And if you're taking a look at this nice bold blue color with the orange, that is because it's the 2015 version of the jacket. Comparing this to the Valdez, the newer version of it will have this more bold styling to it. So just to give you an idea, soon we will have pictures of that one on the website you can check out. But back to the Tomahawk here, so you will see that there's waterproof zippering and has all these other premium features like for your helmet And if we open it up, you'll see that there is no comfort mapping in this jacket, which is something nice that you'll find in a higher end jacket such as the Valdez. But again, this will be a great choice for you if you're going to be doing lots of high intensity snowmobile riding. So last but not least, we're going to have the Parkas Pullover. So this is going to be the lowest price range when it comes to the non-insulated jackets. Just by looking at it, you can tell that there's only a half zipper. It doesn't go all the way to the bottom, so you're going to have to pull that over. You do have side zippers to help you get it on and off. And this is really great if you're just going to be racing, need something quick that you can throw on, get out there and get riding. Key feature to this jacket is going to be the 2015 version you see in front of me, is they've introduced the new colorways, and they've also redesigned the whole front kangaroo pocket here. That's very easy to access even with your snowmobile gear on. So that was a closer look at the lineup of jackets from Klim. Just to rebrief you on everything, there's going to be non-insulated or insulated jackets. You'll want a non-insulated jacket if you're going to be doing more aggressive style riding. And we also want to look into some layering solutions when you buy those non-insulated jackets. Or you can go for the insulated jackets, which will be a lot better for trail riding and very cold temperatures. But at the end of the day, it comes down to personal preference on what type of jacket you want to go with. If you have any other questions, please feel free to get in touch with us. We'd love to talk jackets with you.